Here we are, it's winter, and we've come back to Morphett Vale for a test run of the Dawg. In fact, it's been a little while since the Dawg's been on the water. It's Lake Kerford, I think, was the last voyage. We've fitted a new 2.4 gig receiver antenna. It's a dipole, and it's upper pole, so it's about 30 centimetres above the deck now. The point, I hope, is that it will give me an extended range, and I'm hopeful for more than a kilometre. So out on more expansive waters than this, I shouldn't run out of range for the control side of things. So as you can see from the day, it's quite grey and dim. We're out here between showers, mostly sort of drizzly stuff, but it can get quite heavy at times. And it's in fact what caused the voyage to be cut short. I lifted the goggles as we were getting towards the 13-minute mark and saw some rain coming, which was heavier than we'd already sailed through here at about the 6-minute mark. So we travelled light, no DVR today, and it just allowed me to scoop everything up and dash back to the car. I've also noted that we need to be a bit cautious about going along the sides of the pond because there are sticks and things poking up, and strike one of those we could very well put the Dawg over. The ducks also appear to have forgotten me. Either that or the cool weather. They're a bit slow to get out of the way at times, which caused a bit of concern later on, but generally they were pretty good, and there were lots of them here again. Now this first trip the wind isn't too much in evidence. Once we start getting around for the second time, you can see that there's a bit of ripple on the water on the end of the pond that we're pointing at now, but this end behind me was relatively calm. Don't mind that at all. It's quite fun getting across the ripple on the water. It makes an interesting pattering sound on the hull of the boat. See all the ducks down the side there enjoying the nice high water level and the green grass. It's yours truly standing there in his wellies. Thought they'd have gone missing, but found them the other day. Most useful at this time of year in this sort of environment. Almost feel like bursting into a chorus of the welly song, but I'll spare you that. But if you're interested in it, I think Billy Connolly was the composer, so if you look up the welly song on YouTube, where he sings the praises of the humble welly boot. That ripple there that we crossed was the wake from our former passage. Dawg was tracking fairly well today as well. We got knocked around a little bit by the variable and slightly gusty breeze, but overall quite manageable. Just thinking too, these ducks will probably be looking at nesting soon if they haven't started, and the vegetation along the sides of the pond. Oh, you will have to go further than that, Buster. So I suppose in July, August we may see some ducklings down here. I don't know what Mother Duck will think of the Dawg, so she'll probably have to exercise a little caution there. Mum can be quite aggressive if ducklings if she thinks the ducklings are being threatened. Also brought the yacht along today, but it was windy enough. But yeah, the rain dissuaded me from going ahead with that. Perhaps another day. But certainly could sail the yacht here. I must finish off the Micro Magic as well, as that would do quite well here. At the boat people yesterday, there were 4 here with yachts, 2 timber ones, which looked very interesting. They appeared to have flat bottoms as well, which I'm not used to seeing in yachts. Be interesting to see how they track when they're leaned over, and that sort of side forms a V in the water. It should track fairly straight, I should think. It's most interesting. You can see a few flecks on the camera lens now. That's the drizzle. That lasts for 2 or 3 minutes and then racks off. It didn't throw up very much from the hull. Strangely enough, if you're fast enough, it doesn't throw much upwards. It's when you're sort of a little slower than perhaps you could be that it throws the water upwards. Up this end, of course, you could always open it up and let it rip. One of the advantages of FPV, as you would have noted from previous videos, you get a bit too quick for the hull, it starts to porpoise, so you can always run it at a pretty efficient speed, I should think, and not be in much danger of turning it over because it just becomes too uncomfortable to... There you go, we're starting to porpoise, just back her off slightly. So doing that, you're unlikely to tip it over. A poorly managed turn or striking a object would probably be the main reason. Just got to be gentle on the turns, it can dig in. So I bet the carp are breathing a sigh of relief. They've got a lot more water to play in now. Some slow ducks coming up. Here they come. Look out! The boys have come through the weather okay. This one is sort of got its rope well and truly stretched. There's a 4th one off here somewhere that is entirely underwater. The boat guys will have to bring a kayak and go find it, I think, and bring it into slightly more shallow water. Well, there we go. I'm really pleased to have gotten the dog out today, and yeah, who knows what might happen in the week or so ahead. There's a couple of dogs in the boat club apparently, so maybe the next meeting they will turn up. I'll certainly take this one along again. So this is our last circuit, and we'll come in for the landing and then pack everything up and dash back to the car. So looking forward to the next trip. Until then, I'll see you later.